So for the first time ever, I'm using some Star Wars Legion miniatures, and I decided to paint them in the Endor scheme, which requires a bit of camouflage. So this is a great opportunity to talk to you guys about how to paint really quick, really easy camo. You've got to start off with your base coat, and I start with a black primer. Next we're going to base coat a nice neutral colour, in this case Castellan green. A paint from Citadel. It's actually rather thin, so you will need 2 coats. We can't just do one and done here, but it's still a very quick process, especially on something this small. You can also use your airbrush, but as long as you end up looking like one of those toy army men you used to have as a kid, then you're doing well. I've chosen these 3 paints for our camouflage colours: Death Guard green, Nurgling green and Mournfang brown. And these colours really complement each other in giving that woody forest feel whilst breaking up the silhouette of the model, which is exactly what we want, and exactly what you want from camouflage in real life. The application is very simple, just thin stripes in random directions all over the fatigues. You can also use your Death Guard green here as a highlight colour. Fun fact, I actually based this scheme very loosely off of the British Armed Forces PCS, the greens they wear in the field, and that I wore for many years. When you get to the next stage, in this case Nurgling green, you do the exact same thing you did with the Death Guard green, just in different directions and in other areas. Start breaking up that silhouette even more. The colours aren't mutually exclusive, they can absolutely touch and cross over, and in fact it's better if they do. Not all the time, but in certain areas, and when we add our third colour in, it won't look quite so strange as it does now. Speaking of, the final step of the camouflage process is adding our Mournfang brown, and this will really tie it all together. Put this in all the gaps you have left, whilst leaving some of that base coat of Castellan green visible, and crossing over the Nurgling green and the Death Guard green wherever possible. Here's the camouflage parts all complete. Now I went back in with Death Guard green to highlight all the fatigues, but I'd actually recommend doing this at the start if you're going to do this yourself. It's just easier and you don't have to worry about covering over all your hard work. So here's our first guy complete. Let's take a look at a couple of the other models. Now our rebels are starting to look really good, and this forest scheme is working brilliantly, but you don't have to limit yourself to doing this just for standard green camo. You can also do winterized variants like I've done here for my Imperial Guard force. It's the exact same technique, just with colours changed up and swapped out. It even works on vehicles. So no, that was a quick one because I haven't had much time this week, but there'll be a normal length video the following week. I hope you enjoyed it. I've been Sam, see you next time.